Half a day students, I am Governor Lou Leon Guerrero. You all have been through a year of big changes. We've had to adapt and make big changes to keep our families and our island safe. But with change comes opportunity and a chance to try new things like PBS University. While Lieutenant Governor Josh Tenorio and I will continue to do our part to keep our island safe, you students have a part to play as well. Your part is to keep learning and to keep up with your lessons. That's why I am happy to see you here ready to learn with PBS University. PBS University is a way to bring a continuous educational curriculum to you while you stay safe at home during this time. To help you keep up with your studies, we asked our friends at PBS Guam and the Guam Department of Education to put together this episode. Thank you for doing your part and have a great lesson.
PBS University is a program by PBS Guam and the Guam Department of Education in conjunction with public school teachers. These lessons are created to provide both parents and students with a unique educational experience while helping students to continue learning at home. PBS University, next on PBS Guam.
1, 2, 3, 4. Come along, let's sing a song. We'll have a great adventure. Today's the day, let's learn and play. We'll have a great adventure. Numbers, letters, science things, all that we can do. Help you deal with how you feel. Share with us too. It's super cool and just like school. Our awesome learning adventures. So grab a friend, the fun will end. Our awesome learning adventures. Awesome learning adventures with PBS University.
Half a day and Ali, which is Palauan for hello. I'm Mrs. Borja, your 3rd through 5th grade literacy teacher. I love reading and writing and having fun, and I hope you do too, because here we go. Oh, excuse me for a minute. Hello? Oh yeah, hey, I was calling you to see if you watched that new movie on FilmFlix. Yeah, you should watch it. It's really, really good. You know which one I'm talking about? The one where the twins find that hidden door to the magical fantasy land, and then that talking monkey tells them that they have to help them save the land from the evil dragon queen. Oh, but the further they go, the more lost they get, and they run into lots of people and animals along the way, and now they're friends with everybody, so now they have to stay and help defeat the evil dragon queen. And then one twin gets poisoned, so the other one has to go and find the cure for this poison, and she looks everywhere: sparkling waterfall, unicorn forest, Mega Mountain. Oh, and Mega Mountain is where she wins this epic battle. So yeah, eventually she gets the cure and she's able to save her twin, and then they go off to the evil dragon queen's lair and they defeat her together. But guess what? Plot twist, it turns out that the whole thing is a dream. Can you believe it? I can't wait for you to watch it so we can talk about it. Hello? 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 Today's lesson is about summarizing. And by the end of the lesson, you should be able to say, I can summarize a text in 2 to 3 sentences. So, summarizing. I could go on and on and on and on and on about summarizing, but let me give you the short version. Actually, that was kind of it. A summary is a short version that includes only the main points. The description of that movie, that was not a summary, but we'll fix that later. So a summary is like when your friend wants to tell you all about what happened last weekend, but you have to run off to kickball practice, and you ask them to just give you the short version because you really want to know what happened, but you don't want to be late. or the descriptions on the backs of books. They summarize the main points of a story so readers can decide if they want to read this book or not. Yeah, I think I will read this later. Summarizing is a skill that takes a lot of practice, but here are a few tips to help you out. Focus on the main idea and key points, not the details. Do not include your opinions or your personal knowledge. Use complete sentences when you write your summary. Let me show you an example. We'll read this text together, then summarize it in 1 or 2 sentences. Today was a great day because I got to do so many of my favorite things. My mom and I made pancakes for the whole family for breakfast. Everyone said the pancakes were delicious. Then we went to the beach and swam and made sandcastles. Later that night, we played basketball in the driveway. We were having so much fun playing that we didn't even keep score. What a great day. Let's do it again tomorrow. Okay, let's summarize. Remember, we need to focus on the main idea and not the details. All of this information is important to the story, but to summarize, we need to pull out the bits that are more important, the parts that, if they weren't there, it would make the text harder to understand. Those are the main points, and that's what we should mention in our summary. And when you write a summary about a text, I want you to imagine that someone is asking you what this text is about. Someone who has never read it. Okay? Let's try it out. First, let's ask ourselves, what is this story about? Yes, someone had a great day with their family and they got to do a lot of their favorite things. So we should mention that and focus on the things that they did. So, what did they do? Yes, they had pancakes. What else? Yes, they went to the beach. Good job. They played basketball. Awesome. Yes, they did make sandcastles, but you know what? That's what we would call a detail. We already mentioned that they went to the beach, so all the stuff that they did at the beach are details about that main point. But that was a great suggestion, and we can use that when we talk about supporting details in another lesson. So, to answer that imaginary or real person asking you what this text is about, we can say, an author writes about a great day where they did many of their favorite things. The author's family had pancakes for breakfast, went to the beach, then played basketball. The author hopes they can do it again tomorrow. 1, 2, 3 sentences. It covers all the main points, and there are no personal opinions on whether or not we like pancakes or basketball. And these are nice, complete sentences. Well done. Now, let me try to summarize that movie for my friend again. Hello? Oh, hey. Yeah, I was calling to ask you if you watched that new movie on Filmflix. You should watch it. It's really, really good. You know which one I'm talking about, right? The one about the twins who find a door to a magical land, and they meet people and animals on their adventure, and they have to decide if they want to help save them from the evil Dragon Queen. Did you watch it yet? No? Do you want to? I think you'll like it. Cool. Watch it and then call me so we can talk about it. There we go. We focused on the main points, left out any opinions, and used only a few complete sentences. That means we can summarize in 2 to 3 sentences. Mission accomplished. Great job, everyone. That was fun. Come back next week for more tips and more fun. And until then, be good, read books. Bye.
Rananim, boys and girls. Welcome to PBS University. Rananim is how we say hello in Chuukese. Thank you so much for joining me, Mr. B, your 3rd through 5th grade math teacher. Hey, it looks like you're all ready to join me on another awesome learning adventure. We've got a fun and challenging one today. But when we're all done, you'll be able to say, I can determine if a word problem has too much, too little, or the right amount of information. Sounds like a math version of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Not quite though. Let's take a look at this situation here. Oh, hey. Oh, you're back. Wow. You've been gone for 3 hours? Didn't even seem like that long. Where have you been? I did drive 5 miles to the store so I could buy the 2 kids notebooks. I bought each of them 3 notebooks. Ooh. How many notebooks did you buy in all? So, what was going on there? Sounds like there's a word problem in there, doesn't it? Yeah. We're going to need to think about that some more. Now, in that scene, a woman drove 5 miles to buy her 2 kids notebooks. She was gone for 3 hours. She bought each of them 3 notebooks. The man wants to know how many notebooks she bought in all. Now, does this problem have too much, too little, or the right amount of information? Let's take this step by step and work it out. There are 4 steps that we need to follow. Step 1. We need to find what the problem is asking. Step 2. We'll need to find what facts or information we need to solve the problem. In step 3, we look for extra information. And if there is extra information, we need to ask ourselves, do we need this to solve the problem? And in step 4, that's when we can try to solve the problem. All right, here we go. Step 1. What is the problem asking? How many notebooks did the woman buy in all? Okay, step 2. What facts do we need? We need to know how many people she bought notebooks for. And we also need to know how many notebooks she bought for each of them. Right, now step 3. Is there any extra information? Do we really need to know how far she drove? No, we don't. What about how long she was gone for? Yeah, we don't need that either. Okay, step 4. Let's solve this problem. Well, she bought her 2 kids 3 notebooks each. We can use multiplication here, right? We multiplied 2 kids times 3 notebooks. So 2 times 3, that's 6. So the woman bought 6 notebooks in all. Whew, good job on that. I hope you saw that even though there was some extra information, we figured out that we did not need it to solve the problem. I think we have time to try one more. Help me solve this one. I want to start riding a bike for some exercise, and the bicycle I want costs $300. I also need to buy a helmet. How much am I going to spend? All right, how can we solve this word problem? Step
by step. All right, step 1. What is the problem asking? How much am I going to spend on a bicycle and a helmet? All right, step 2. What facts are needed to solve the problem? We need to know how much does the bicycle cost and how much does the helmet cost? All right, step 3. Let's look for any extra information. Yeah, I don't see any extra information. Do you? No? Okay, so let's move on. Step 4. Solve the problem. Okay, so all we need to do here, it looks like we just need to add the cost of the bicycle and the cost of the helmet. All right, so bicycle costs $300 and the helmet costs, wait, we don't know how much a helmet costs. It looks like this problem has too little information. Without knowing how much a helmet costs, we aren't able to solve the problem. And that's okay. We went step by step, and that's how we figured that out. I told you today was going to be a bit challenging, but it's definitely not too hard. I like to say that nothing is too hard. Some things just take longer than others. Take your time, go step by step, and you should be able to solve pretty much any problem. I believe in you. A lot of math is a bunch of word problems. And after spending some time with me, I'm sure that you're ready to solve them. Well, that's all for today, but I can't wait for you to come back and join me, Mr. B, here at PBS University. Stay safe, everyone.
Kamusta, boys and girls? Welcome to PBS University. Kamusta means hello in Tagalog. My name is Mrs. Christine Palma, and I will be your 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade science teacher. Today, I am planning to go to the beach because the sky is so blue and the sun is shining. That means that the weather is perfect. Take a look outside your window. What is the weather like? Is it hot and sunny, windy or rainy, or cold and gloomy? Some days can feel really hot. Other days it can feel very cold. And some days it can rain a lot. This is because of all the things that can change the weather. Today we will talk about the factors that change the weather, instruments that can measure weather, identify the different seasons that affect weather, and describe the difference between weather, season, and climate. Weather is the condition of the atmosphere of a place at a particular time. The atmosphere is the layers of air that surround the earth. Have you noticed that the weather around you can change really fast? It was bright and sunny just a few moments ago. And now it's raining. Maybe I won't go to the beach today. These are the factors that can change the weather: temperature, moisture in the air pressure, wind, and cloudiness. It all begins with the sun. Do you remember the kind of energy that we receive from the sun? That's correct. We receive light and heat. When the sun rises in the morning and sets in the evening, the sun is still low in the sky. That means that the sun's rays are at an angle and the temperature is much cooler. Then, as the sun rises in the sky, the sun's rays are directly on top of us and it is more intense, which means it feels hotter. This is called temperature. how hot or how cold it feels outside. The way we measure wind is by using a tool called an anemometer. Let's say it together. Anemometer. Mr. Brandon Buchan of the Guam National Weather Service is going to show us our anemometer.
Hello everybody, my name is Brandon Buchan. I'm a meteorologist here at the National Weather Service. Now, one of the weather instruments that we use every day is an anemometer. It's all the way up there, and it measures the wind speed and the wind direction. And the weather data from this anemometer helps us in telling the pilots what the winds will be when they land, when they take off, what people on the island can expect as far as breezy conditions possibly, and as well as any boaters that are out there on the open waters around the Marianas.
Thank you, Mr. Buchan. Wow, I would really like to study wind like that guy. But we need to talk about the clouds. Do you like clouds? I do. It brings me shade from the sun's rays so that it can feel cooler. But when the clouds get heavier with water, the moisture falls from the ground as rain, snow, or icy rocks called hail. These are forms of precipitation. Can you say that with me? Precipitation. Very good. Precipitation is when rain or snow falls from the clouds, evaporates into the air as a gas, then transforms or condensates into a liquid form in the clouds and falls back down again as rain or snow or hail. This is part of the water cycle, and the water cycle changes both the weather and the climate. In Guam, we only have 2 seasons, wet season and dry season. Did you notice that at the start of every school year, it starts to rain a lot? And then, towards the end of the school year, it becomes really dry. Except for when we sometimes get typhoons. Too much rain might not always be good. It can cause floods, and that causes a lot of damage. But too little rain is also not good. It causes droughts, and farmers need water, otherwise their crops won't grow. But depending on where you live, you can experience up to 4 seasons: spring, summer, autumn or fall, and winter. Each season lasts for about 3 months, and they follow each other regularly because of where they are in the climate zone. So what is the difference between weather, climate, and seasons? Weather is short-term atmospheric conditions like, what am I going to wear today? And climate is weather in a specific area for a longer period of time, like how do you store the clothes in your closet? Your clothes would probably be based on the seasons. Let's play a game. What should you wear during winter, a cold season? This or this? Correct. What do you wear if you live in the Arctic, where it is very cold all year long? This or this? Very good. How about when it rains? This or this? You got it. Let's try another one. What should you wear when it is hot in the summer? This or this? Very good. How about this one? Which outfit is best for spring when the flowers are blooming? This or this? Yes. Thank you for playing this game with me. I hope you had fun. I know I did. But the weather looks like it's cleared up. I think I get to go to the beach today. I hope to see you there. But if I don't, remember that you were so smart, so awesome, and so special. Have a wonderful day, boys and girls, and goodbye.
Hafa students, welcome to PBS University. My name is John Fernandez, and I'm the superintendent of the Guam Department of Education. These PBS University lessons are made to help you to continue learning. The teachers here prepared fun lessons on science, character education, math, English, and more, and they made it for you, the students of Guam. We're very grateful to them for their instruction. We are also thankful for you students, parents, and guardians who are watching. Remember, stay safe and healthy, and we'll see you soon in the next school year. Thank you.
Mabuhay! Mabuhay, everyone. That is hello in Tagalog. Welcome to Mrs. Gian Shan's Social Studies classroom for grade 3. Today, I'm going to take you around the world to the country of the Philippines, where we get to learn about their culture, their language, and some of their beliefs. Come on, everyone, let's go! All right, everybody, now that we are ready for our lesson, let's make sure we have our materials. The materials that we will need are a notebook, something to write on, and a pen or pencil, something to write with. When we have our materials ready, we can be sure to jot down what we are learning so we remember after this lesson. Here's our I can statements for today. I can identify what my culture is, and I can share with others about my culture. To help us find what those things are, let's use some guiding questions. Guiding questions are questions that help us focus on our topic. So our guiding questions are, what is culture? And what are some things that I can tell about my culture? Can you use those questions later on to find out what your culture is? Let's learn.
What is culture? Culture is a set of customs and beliefs that is common to a group of people. Some examples of what makes a culture is the food they eat, the clothes they wear, the sports they play, and the traditions of their family.
Filipino culture comes from the country of the Philippines. It is located in Southeast Asia and home to more than 7,000 islands with over 100 million people. To travel to the Philippines coming from Guam, you can travel by plane over the Philippine Sea. Hi everyone, I have Kaylee joining me to tell us a little bit more about her culture. So,
what is my culture?
that's right, what is your culture? Your culture is the Filipino culture. And the Filipino culture is a culture that is from the country of the Philippines. One of the things that tell about Filipino culture is the language, Tagalog. Tagalog is the official language of the Philippines. And one of the ways that we greet people, as I said earlier, is
Mabuhay!
Mabuhay.
What are some things that tell about my culture?
So aside from language, you can tell that we're Filipinos by the way we address people. You can be anywhere, and if you say these certain words, people will know that you're a Filipino. So some of the words that we call or address people are, we say ate,
Big sister,
kuya,
older brother,
tita,
auntie,
tito,
uncle,
lola,
grandma,
lolo.
grandpa.
So that is our culture, and that is how we show respect to others. So if you're in the supermarket and you see a grandma, you can say, "Hey Lola," and she will clearly understand you and that you respect her. Filipinos love to share their love of food. Some of our favorite foods are pancit, which is thin noodles mixed with vegetables and meat, lechon, which is roast pig over the fire, and sinigang, stewed soup made of vegetables and meat.
I love about my Filipino culture because there's a lot of food, and my favorite food is sinigang.
Happy day, my name is Carson. I am Filipino and Chamorro. My favorite Chamorro food is chilaquiles. I like riding the jeepney in the Philippines. Beep, beep.
One of the Filipino cultures that I love is singing karaoke. Filipinos like singing karaoke. Ikaw na nga ang hinahanap ng puso, ang siyang magbibigay ng saya, ang tamis at lambing sa buhay ko.
were a few great examples about the Filipino culture. Were you able to write them down? I was able to write them down on my special notebook for learning. Let me read them off to you. So some of the things I learned about the Filipino culture is how they address their family members, what they eat, and how they love to sing karaoke. Those are great examples of the Filipino culture. I know those are just a few, but there's many more things that make the Filipino culture special, just like their language. In the beginning, I said mabuhay was one of the ways to say hello in the Filipino culture. So the next time you see someone of Filipino descent, what do we say? Mabuhay! Join us next time as we learn about a different culture from the beautiful island of Guam.
Ali. Do you know what Ali means? It means hello in Palauan. Hey guys, Ms. Torres here, your 5th grade teacher with PBS University. I'm so glad you could join us today as we continue to learn how to build character. And guess what? Today is all about kindness. So let's start with our I can statements. I can identify ways to be kind, and I can explain what kindness means. There are many ways of explaining kindness, and I think I found a pretty simple one. Kindness is the act of caring for others and doing things for them to help them make their lives better. And guess what? Kindness, it also helps to build a positive character. If you remember, we talked about how you can build character through your own efforts. But wow, how much more fun and rewarding if you can build character with friends, especially best friends. So let's check out Alex and her best friends to find out how they spread love and kindness to the world.
My name is Abby, and I'm 12 years old, and my girl power is to spread love and kindness to the world. So this pageant, and it was a makeup-free pageant, so we just had to be natural and show our inner beauty. And all the girls that were winning and the queens, they would do community service. I was like, I don't have to be a queen to help other people. And so I was trying, in the back of my mind, I was like, what should I do to help other people? We were driving back from Pennsylvania one day, and I was just sitting in the car, and I look up and I see a billboard. And it was 1 out of 4 kids go hungry. That's it, that's what I should do. I should do food drives. When me and my mom were just doing food drives, I thought that it could be bigger, we could help more people if I invited some of my friends to do it. Girl power! At first we were gonna go knock on doors, but then that would just be too much. And so we made little flyers and put them on the mailbox or the little pegs in the ground, and we'd be like, we're gonna come next Saturday from this time to this time. If you want to donate to our food drive, leave it by your mailbox. Make holes in this thing. You can write thank you notes. And the next weekend we'll go back and pick up the food from the mailboxes, and some people will be sitting outside waiting for us, so we'll walk up to them and we'll have these thank you notes that we wrote, and we'll give them to them. Thank you. I like when go up to them and thank them in person. You too. And tell them how much we appreciate it. And even though some people can't donate a whole lot, we still appreciate that they're even donating to us. We had to find a shelter to donate to, and so we found Dorcas. We got to help there and volunteer, and we got to put out the food, and it was fun. And I was like, we have to do this more because it's not only fun, but it's helping the people. So when we started doing the food drives, I made a goal, and it was just gonna be 1 ton of food, which is 2,000 pounds. And right now I'm at 5,000 pounds of food, and there's one we still haven't collected yet. So I'm probably gonna get more. Another way I spread happiness and kindness is I'm a student ambassador at my school. Our goal is to make the kids feel happy and that they belong. I think it's important to spread kindness and happiness because everyone should feel loved and everyone should feel like they belong. It just makes the world a better place. Embrace your girl power.
See how to share your girl power at unctv.org/ncgirlpower. We gratefully acknowledge our Girl Power campaign partner. Support for Girl Power made possible in part by the Margaret Pickard Service Fund.
Wow, that was a really cool way to collect donations for a food drive, don't you think? And how about Abby being a student ambassador? Wouldn't you like to be an ambassador to help students in your school? Let's check out another example. Let's see how Julia and Amelia, two best friends, give back to their community.
We've been best friends since we were like 2 years old. And we'd always say when we're older we want to make and we want to be kind. And then our business started. Jam is a place where girls and boys can come and be kind to the environment and help and make. Yeah, we make lots of different projects and give back to the community. We have it here in our creation station. Jam stands for Julia, Amelia, and then our teacher, Mrs. Fruit or Maureen. Mrs. Fruit is amazing. Yeah, she's great. She always is just so supportive and helpful and really just helped our business.
Jam started about 3 years ago, and we began to meet every Wednesday after school. We would make an item, sell the item, and donate all the profits that we made. Fast forward to 2018, I'm up to 60 kids. I said, well, why don't we do something more permanent? Let's make a shirt. We came up with #BeTheKindKid.
To be the kind kid, it really just means to be really nice to every person you meet and not judge. We have an online store. We've sold 18,557 shirts. We've sold them nationwide and in Peru, Germany, France. It's crazy. Lots of people want the shirts. Yeah.
We started 4 other jams in local school districts. We have pledged to start 10 more every year. I'd like to be able to say I could do 100. These kids really want nothing in return, and to make kids understand that the littlest gesture you make to someone can change somebody's life.
Cool hashtag, huh? Imagine 18,000 t-shirts sold? Wow. I want a Jams Club in my school. How about you? Weren't those great examples of how to spread kindness around the world? Food donations and selling t-shirts and giving the donations back to the community? Whoa, I think they've got the right idea in mind. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna challenge you to do some acts of kindness. Can you do acts of kindness for others? Maybe keep a journal and jot it down and share it with your family. Or bring your journal back to school when school starts and you can share ways of how you spread kindness and love around the community during the summer. So until next time, bye!
Uno, a dos, a uno, dos, tres. It's tomorrow time in PBS University. It's tomorrow time in PBS University. It's tomorrow time in PBS University. Half a day. My name is Senor Al, and today we're going to learn about lugar sa comunidad. That means places in our community. Here are pictures in our community that will help you remember the vocabulary words for lugar sa comunidad.
We will also learn how to say I like and I dislike. Zahu, I like. Tizahu, I dislike or I don't like. Who can guess what place this is? Dinansi. It's a house. A house in Chamorro is guma. Guma. Now let's learn how to say I like the house. Zahu I gima. Zahu I gima. Let's try it out. Now, the opposite of zahu is tizahu. So if you don't like the guma, you would say tizahu igima. Tizahu igima. Boys and girls, let's try it out. This is a picture of a school. Escuela. What escuela do you go to? Do you remember how to say I like? Dinansi, zahu. Zahu y escuela. I like school. Do you remember how to say I don't like? Dinansi, tizahu y escuela. Tizahu y escuela. Who likes going to the Cantun Tasi, the beach? One time I got stung by a jellyfish at the Cantun Tasi. Who can say I like the beach in Chamorro? Dinansi, correct. Zahu I Cantun Tasi. Zahu I Cantun Tasi. Now who can say I don't like the beach? Dinansi. Tizahu I Cantun Tasi. Tizahu I Cantun Tasi. Ooh, I bet this is one of your favorite lugats. Plasan Humugandu. Can you say Plasan Humugandu? Maulik. Plasan Humugandu is a playground. Now let's say I like the playground. Zahu I Plasan Humugandu. Can you say it? All right, now let's say I don't like the playground. Maulik, tizahu I Plasan Humugandu. Tizahu I Plasan Humugandu. This is a picture of the Spanish Plaza at Hagåtña. The Plaza de España was the governor's palace during the Spanish era. It held many government and civic activities. Let's say I like the Spanish Plaza in Chamorro. Zahu I Plaza de España. Now let's say I don't like the Spanish Plaza. Tizahu I Plaza de España. Tizahu I Plaza de España. University means universidad. Universidad. Let's try that one more time. Universidad. Who can say I like the university? Dinansi. Zahu I universidad. Let's say I don't like the university. Di Nancy, Maulik, Tidzahu I Universidad. Tidzahu I Universidad. Estación Kimason means fire station. Let's say I like the fire station in Chamorro. Zahu I Estación Kimason. Maulik. Now, let's say I don't like the fire station. Tizahu I Estación Kimason. Maulik. All right, boys and girls, that's all for today. I hope you guys practice using the Lugatzia Gi Comunidad. Remember, Guma, Escuela, Contentasi, Plaza Mugandu, that's my favorite, Plaza Universidad, Zan Estación Kimason. Esta Mapo, adios!
Fast, fun facts. Fast, fun facts. With Mr. Ernest Ochoco.
Willkommen! That is welcome in German. That's right. My name is Mr. Albert Ernst Ochoco Einstein. And today we are going to talk about a fast fun fact about gravity. That's right. Gravity. What is gravity? Gravity is an unseen force that pulls objects towards the earth. That's right. And today, did you know that even though two objects of different sizes and different masses or weight will fall at the same time and hit the ground at the same time? Don't believe me? Let's try it. I have my assistant here with the board to represent the ground. And I have here a chocolate coin and a Captain America. He's so very handsome. All right, here we go. Please hold the board very tight because it will fall and it will hit this and it will fall down. All right, here we go. And 1, 2, 3. They fall and hit at the same time. Let's see it again. 1, 2, 3. See? At the same time. That is the force of gravity. Thank you for watching this fast fun fact with Mr. Albert Ernst Ochoco Einstein. Bye. See you again.
Hafa students, I'm Lieutenant Governor Josh Tenorio. For more than a year now, you all have continued to wash your hands and watch your distance from others, and you've done a really great job wearing your masks. We know your parents and guardians have helped you to make these changes to keep yourself and your community safe. As Governor Leon Guerrero said, we are happy you are here. We want you to continue to learn and sharpen your skills with the help of PBS University. This program is the result of a collaborative effort. We couldn't do it alone. I'd like to thank the teachers and support staff of the Guam Department of Education and PBS Guam for their work and their commitment to our students. I'd also like to thank you students for participating at home. To your parents, I'd like to thank you for taking an active role in your child's education. We are all eager to return to a time when all of us can share and study together in person. Until then, we hope you learned something new from this PBS University instruction.